21st of May 2022, the location Wembley Stadium. And was this the day that Sunderland fans will remember as their club moving back to the top flight? Sunderland have been promoted to the Championship after a 4-year stay in League One after a 2-0 win over Wycombe Wanderers in the playoff final. Hello there everyone, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to yet another video, and this one is not about Bristol City, it is about Sunderland and their victory in the playoff final, which secured a spot in the Championship for Alex Neil's men. A 2-0 victory over Wycombe Wanderers sealed it for Sunderland, and their 4-year stay was ended in League One. Before we do get into the analysis of it though, please make sure to hit the like button if you haven't already on the video. Subscribe to the H Robin Stalk YouTube channel if you haven't already. Much more content will be coming out, and hopefully Bristol City content as well, hopefully some signings. But Sunderland 2-0 victory over Wycombe at Wembley, ending their Wembley woes and sealing the place in the Championship before you stay in League One. Sunderland were relegated to League One after finishing 24th in the Championship in, when was it, 16-17 if I'm remembering right. It was 17-18 they finished bottom of the league with measly 37 points and comfortably behind Barnsley, Burton Albion and Bolton Wanderers, who all stayed up, who all finished above Sunderland in that year. And Sunderland were a total mess under some grace at the start of the year. And then later on it was, who was it? I think it was Chris Coleman. And eventually he was replaced by Jack Ross in the first year in League One. Then Jack Ross lost in the playoff final in League One with Sunderland against Charlton. I think I remember Patrick Bauer scoring a last-minute winner there. Phil Parkinson was brought in, I think, in the early in 1920. He can guide Sunderland to their playoffs. So, that was the COVID season. Last season, Phil Parkinson was fired. Lee Johnson took over as Sunderland manager, guided them into the playoffs. Couldn't quite get to Wembley. They were beaten by Lincoln City in the playoffs, 3-2 on aggregate, I think it was, in the end. And this season was the season they needed to go back up. A lot of players who were nearing the end of their contracts, nearing the end of their careers. Aidan McGeady, obviously 36 now, I think. Ross Stewart is a talent. Charlie White left the club, so a lot of rotation within the squad. Also, we found out this year that it was the previous owners had still had complete control over the club, and Keenan Dreyfus hadn't totally bought out I think it was Charlie, I don't know, can't remember, the previous owners, and that was a worry. Lee Johnson was fired midway through the season after 6-0 defeat away at Bolton, a defeat that left them still in the playoffs, but on a shocking run. Then Lee Johnson was fired, and after that, things didn't improve for Sunderland. They kept on losing. After that 6-0 thumping, they lost home to Doncaster, lost away to Cheltenham, drew away to Wimbledon, lost home to MK. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 without a win. And then if you include that Burton game, that's 7 without a win. So did things really improve after LJ left? Not really. No. Obviously Lee Johnson is now at Hibs after taking over from their previous manager. I can't remember who it was. I can't remember a lot of things today, but what I can remember is Alex Neil did take over after the 1-1 draw with Wimbledon. Sorry, not after the 1-1, the 2-1 defeat away at Cheltenham, and He drew away at Wimbledon and lost home to Milton Keynes, MK Dons. Since then, he didn't lose a single game, and that is the reason Sunderland got in the playoffs, finished 5th in the end, and really comfortably. They didn't need too much. They didn't need to rely on others too much to finish in the playoffs. They won away at Morecambe, and that sealed it quite comfortably. They finished 4 points over Plymouth, who finished 7th, and they played Sheffield Wednesday in the playoffs. And a really, really weird one this was. Sheffield Wednesday obviously finished 4th, really top class quality. Barry Bannon, Callum Patterson, Lee Gregory, Holly Dean, Bailey Peacock-Farrell, Jack Hunt, obviously ex-City, Marvin Johnson, Pseudo Berahino, Massimo Luongo, Liam Palmer. So really, Dominic Iorfa, really good League One players. Most of them probably go into a Championship team and do well as well. So Sunderland were coming against some top quality League One players and needed to perform. And perform they did. They performed brilliantly. Ross Stewart gets the only goal in the first leg, and Sunderland win 1-0 at Stadium of Light and take a 1-goal advantage to Hillsborough, where they defended it magnificently for about 75 minutes. Lee Gregory scored in the 74th minute to make it level, and at that point certainly felt it was going to extra time. Sunderland had other plans, and certainly Patrick Roberts did not want it to go to extra time. He was on the receiving end of a Jack Clark cross, who was utterly brilliant in that game against Wednesday. He put the ball into Roberts, who came steaming in to equalise and to send Sunderland to Wembley. And while all of this was going on, Wycombe, 6th place Wycombe, had beaten 3rd place MK Dons during both legs in the other playoff semi-final. So Sunderland were coming up against a really strong defensive team, a team that has done it, a manager that has done it in the playoffs in League One, experienced, emotional, due to Adebayo Akinfenwa's retirement. So this is all the things against Sunderland. Pressure, David v Goliath almost, the size of the clubs, the fan bases, supporting staff, management. All of this had a factor. But you just had a feeling that Sunderland had that little bit more quality. And they showed that against Wycombe. They really showed that. They came flying out the blocks, a brilliant start, and a Elliot Embleton shot which he ran from the halfway line, ran to the edge of the box, hits the shot. It wobbles a bit, but David Stockdale hits his left arm and it kind of parries it and it goes into the back of the net. It's not very good from David Stockdale, and it's that's 1-0, and from there on they looked comfortable, to be honest. Wycombe didn't pose much of a threat, and Ross Stewart then finished things off. In this 80th minute, Alex Pritchard was utterly brilliant, getting 2 assists. And overall, Sunderland were very, very comfortable and much deserving of their victory at Wembley. And that's the reason why they're back in the Championship. They'll be joined by Wigan and Rotherham United, who both got promoted from League One as well. So, in conclusion, congratulations to Sunderland on their promotion to the Championship. I'll be looking forward to playing you next season. It will be interesting to see how a proper big fan base fills that Ashton Gate away end at the Atio out. I'll try to be there, probably won't be there. But yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. If you haven't already, subscribe to the H Open Song YouTube channel for more content, mainly Bristol City content. There's a one-off as well. Like the video if you haven't already as well, if you have enjoyed it. Yeah, again, congratulations to Sunderland on their promotion to the Championship. But again, I'm sure this is not going to be the end of it for Sunderland, because they are a big club and they will want to be in the Premier League sooner rather than later. But until next time, guys, I stay safe and I will catch you later. Cheers.